When I bought my 12-acre property on the outskirts of Pine Hollow, I thought I'd finally found peace. No traffic, no neighbors complaining about tractors, and certainly no HOA breathing down my neck, or so I thought. Turns out, the small access road connecting my land to the main highway was technically under the management of the neighboring development, a tidy, HOA-controlled subdivision called Maple Glen. When I purchased the land, I negotiated an easement clause that granted me legal access to the road forever. It was in writing, signed, and notarized by the HOA board when the land deal closed. At the time, they were eager to sell the excess land. I was the only interested buyer, and I made it clear that the easement had to be permanent. In fact, my lawyer had slipped a clever clause into the deed that most of the board didn't even read carefully. More on that in a moment. For nearly a year, everything was fine. I used the gravel road to haul fencing materials, livestock, and supplies to and from my barn. I waved to the neighbors, kept to myself, and didn't cause any problems. Then the new HOA president took over, Linda Melrose, a real estate agent turned tyrant who believed that Maple Glen should be gated, beautified, and exclusive. 2 weeks after her election, I came back from town to find a shiny new metal gate blocking the gravel access road. A smug little sign read, "Private property. No entry without HOA permission." My blood boiled. I called the HOA office. Linda answered, already smug. "You're no longer permitted to use the road," she said flatly. "The board voted to revoke your access due to excessive dust, noise, and, frankly, you're not part of the community. You'll need to find an alternative route." "Linda," I replied, "you can't revoke a legal easement." "Well, that's for the courts to decide," she snapped. "Until then, enjoy hiking through the woods." She hung up. But here's the thing. The trap had already been set, and she signed it herself. You see, in the deed to my property, there was a clause titled Remedy upon Violation of Access Easement, a section most people would overlook. It stated that should the HOA obstruct or revoke access to the legally granted easement, full legal right to a 30-foot wide alternate access path through HOA common property would automatically activate, without needing a hearing or approval. Not just a path. Any path I deemed suitable through their land, including the community's prized dog park and scenic walking trail. And best of all, Linda's signature was right there at the bottom of the deed from last year, along with the full HOA board's approval. They'd signed it when they sold me the land, too lazy to read the fine print. I called my lawyer. We had the documents notarized and filed the next morning at the county clerk's office. Then, with the legal blessing in hand, I hired a bulldozer crew. By Saturday afternoon, I'd cleared a 30-foot wide gravel road straight through the heart of Maple Glen's walking trail, right past their koi pond, through the community rose garden, and around the side of their new pickleball court. HOA members were losing their minds, coming out of their homes in yoga pants and polos, waving their hands and yelling. Linda came running down the trail screaming, "You can't do this." "Yes, I can," I said, handing her a copy of the deed. "See Section 6C. Alternate Access Enforcement via Easement Trap Clause. You signed it." The color drained from her face. By Monday, their lawyers had reviewed everything and realized they didn't have a leg to stand on. Not only was my action legal, it was airtight because of their own negligence. The board tried to negotiate a compromise, but I declined. "You wanted to block my road," I told them. "Now you can enjoy the new one." Eventually, they removed the gate and begged me to return to using the original gravel path. I agreed, for a monthly maintenance fee, of course. Now I drive past Linda's house twice a day, windows down, music on, tires crunching peacefully on my road. Moral of the story? Never sign a land deal without reading the fine print. And never try to fence in a man who reads every word.